Hey everyone, it's Krista. Well, I broke down and bought a 360 camera the other day because I wanted to try my hand at taking 360 pictures. And I'm making this video so that the other realtors out there who are intimidated about buying this because they don't understand how it works can hopefully follow along and learn a couple things. Now, when I wanted to buy this, I did do some research. I watched a bunch of videos about which camera takes better quality pictures and better quality videos. The videos that I watched came up with different answers and different conclusions, and I couldn't figure it out. So this was 185 bucks. That's pretty much why I bought this one. It just seemed really affordable. So let's start off with what I didn't know when I bought it. I didn't know that I needed to buy a micro SD card. I thought that it would record onto my phone. That was not the case. And the micro SD card that I already had didn't work because this specifically needs something called a U3. So I ordered one on Amazon and it was like 11 bucks. And it was Samsung brand, and it seems to be working just fine, 64 gigabytes. The other thing that you must have is this monopod tripod. So you hook the camera to the top. This comes with, you don't need any special attachment. The Amazon site makes it seem like you do, but you don't. It just screws right onto the top. Because the camera only comes with this little one, which I think maybe you're supposed to put this on the ground and then like skateboard past it. I'm not doing a whole lot of that, so this to me is probably not going to be very useful unless I put it on a dining room table and take a video or take a shot like that. So that's all you need to buy. These are the instructions. That's the sum total of the instructions that this camera comes with. The one thing that you need to understand is that this guy does not have a screen on it. It's just cameras on either side. So you don't have like a screen to look at to figure out what's going on. You have to have an app, and that's really the only reason why you need these instructions. The app is just called Mi Sphere, and you need to download it on your phone. So mine arrived completely dead. I did have to charge it for like an hour first, but when you turn it on, you get that little noise and you see camera or video. And you can just toggle back and forth between those by pushing the power button. But the other thing you need to understand is you push the Wi-Fi button and it lights up, and then you have to take your phone and search for the Wi-Fi that this little guy is outputting. I didn't understand that. I went to my phone and I was trying to somehow hook up the camera to my Wi-Fi in my house. That's not what it's doing. And the password is just 1234567 At least that's what my password was, and I'm going to guess that that's what all the passwords are. So you look for this guy's Wi-Fi and hook it up. And I installed the app on both my Android phone and on my iPad, and either one seems to work just fine. So, okay, here's the other thing I didn't understand. This is like complete beginnerville here. I thought that this was going to rotate. It doesn't rotate. You just put it on the monopod tripod and it takes a picture because there's cameras on both sides. And so the other thing that I didn't really understand and don't fully understand still is on the app, I switched it to the highest resolution under resolution and stitching. You want it to be stitched together. Otherwise you get these two spheres and then you have to kind of manually stitch it together. I'm sure that some people want to use that, but for me, just having it stitched already into like a long photo was exactly what I needed. I also chose the viewing mode as flat. There are 4 or 5 different choices. I still haven't quite worked out what they're for, but I chose flat and that seemed to do the trick. Okay, so let's say you've gotten that far and you have your photos and they are on here. So what you do is you hook it up to your computer through the little micro USB. It's the kind that you probably have 5 of them laying in your house in a drawer somewhere, so you don't need to buy any special cords for it, which is great. And then you download the photos. Then what you need is some sort of a host that's going to hold these photos for you. So I found a website called RTV, and I just uploaded them all to that. Fusion was its other name. So that website was just great. You order the photos the way you want people to kind of walk through the house as they're touring it. It was really easy to use, and a salesman called me in the middle of it. I was probably fooling around with it for like 90 minutes or so, and he called me to ask how I was doing, and he kind of walked me through a couple of other questions that I was having, but for the most part it was pretty simple. So those were kind of the questions that I had, like, what do I need? Do I just need the camera or do I need other stuff? Yes, you need the micro SD and you need the monopod tripod. And then what do I do with the photos? There is a whole world of different hosting sites that you can use for these photos. You probably can find whichever one you like the best. The one that I chose had a 30-day free trial, and I found it really user-friendly. It provided me with both a branded and a non-branded virtual tour, so you can upload it, you can link it to the MLS, and I found it really easy to do. So it just took me a couple of hours really to do the whole thing. So I'm going to link in the section below, I'm going to link to my monopod tripod, which is again about $15 on Amazon, and the camera and the website that I used for uploading the photos to. And I'll send you a link of the, I'll attach a link to the virtual tour that I made. So I hope that that was a little bit helpful and answered some questions on how this all works. And good luck with your 360 tours.